I will tell you about it. But of course, something you look at and make your decision. But
Fantastic, man. It's great to see everybody out here. What's up, Randall?
Hey,
Hello,
hanging out,
everybody.
man.
I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend.
It was good, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Freddie Perez, sneaking in there.
Good
See
evening,
you.
Skip. Hey, Bob.
Good evening.
What up, Freddie?
All good.
Good.
Looks like the room is
Squelching
loading
down there
up.
in Texas. Squelching in Texas?
It's only 100.
Of course it is, bro.
Fucking
Today was a cool breeze. Today was like a cool zone. It was only 100.
I'm fucking drunk, bro.
Yeah, it was a nice day today.
The crazy thing about Houston and Dallas, though, is it could also freeze in the winter.
I'm cool, bro.
It's just
Got back.
Yeah.
nuts.
Hey, Skip, we had beautiful weather today and yesterday, didn't we?
Oh, it was gorgeous, man. I didn't mind that. Nice cool breezes and no humidity. Oh, yeah.
What was it?
You know, they hit like 80 or something. About the 80s.
Yeah, we had like 64-degree mornings.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh,
It
dude.
got cold last
Sound like
night.
California weather. These guys live with it their whole life, all year round. Make me jealous.
Hey, I was driving back
Look,
from
Bruce
Delaware.
is going, yep, that's why we live here.
Hey, not all of California is that way. It's 114 where I live, usually.
Oh,
You near
Right now-
Palm Springs or something?
Palm Springs, right now it's 100 degrees. We're
Hi,
having
Judy.
a cool down. So, yeah.
I was driving back from Delaware. I had the top down, and man, it got cold. I actually had to put it back up.
Hi, everybody.
I like the hot. Hey, Judy, good to see you.
Yes, good to be seen. Hey, Tommy.
Mr. Nick Reed.
Hi, sweetheart.
All right, 8:06. Let's go ahead and get some things
lay
going
down.
here. Keep an eye on that waiting room there.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute out.
Hey, Lynn.
Hi there.
Popped right up on the screen. There's a bunch of us on here. You popped right up on the front screen. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
What you scratching yourself for, girl?
Hey, Desmond.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, Des?
Debbie.
Bob, good to see you, sir.
You coming back? You coming back from the golf
Alexa,
course?
turn on TV number 2.
How do you mark the title of the property you don't even know? But you
All right. Time to cut the madness. All right, let's see. For some reason, this has not been recording. So we're going to try it again and see why this thing is not recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
It is recording now. It is July 31st. Can you believe tomorrow is August 1st? Unbelievable. 2023, we've been doing this Zoom every Monday night since way back March of 22. So some of you maybe just straggling on and said, I wonder if that Zoom still happens on Monday night. And some of you have been with us every Monday since. Some of you are brand new, been with us a little bit, a few weeks or whatever. So for the sake of having so many people that pop on from all over different teams, many of you know us as the Golden Team, but you know us from Novatech, some of you, and we had opened up that Zoom because nobody was really doing Zooms. Everybody wanted to come to our presentations, and so we just opened it up for everybody. So not every single person is a part of the Golden Team yet. So I throw that word yet in. But we're one big family. We have been that way. We're always looking out. We're always trying to help people, make some money. We know that money, the more money you have, the less stress you have. And I believe that stress is what causes most illnesses. So I know it sure hurt me for a couple of years being stressed out with my ears and caused all kinds of health issues. But thank God I'm on the mend. Things are going great. And tonight I want to address just a couple of things because we still get a lot of text messages. And I just want to make sure we at least address some things on Monday night. Each night, so people don't think, I get people texting me, I don't think it's cool that you just move on, and I don't think it's cool that you don't do this and don't do that. So first thing I'm going to preface is I learned a long time ago from one of my mentors that you can't control what you can't control. period. You just can't control what you can't control. And so for me, I use that as something I live by in my life, because you can go crazy trying to control everything, right? It's impossible. But when we switch to what's going on with a couple of the platforms we were in, first one, Novatech, we'll address that for a moment. I think is much different circumstance than a lot of platforms out there. Novatech ran for a good 4 years without any hiccups. I mean, they were going into their 5th year, and then last November, all kinds of chaos started happening with Canada. I think one of the main reasons, myself personally, that they got themselves in that jam was lack of customer service. And when people can't log into their accounts that have 6 figures plus in them, and it's been 8-9 weeks and they're getting no resolve, I mean, people are going to get upset. I mean, that's, in my opinion, what began the debacle. And then people go to authorities, and then the authorities get involved, and then letters are sent to Novatech, and then, you know, all kinds of stuff, you know. And on top of all that, they had all the trouble with coin payments, then they had trouble with Quickie Pay, you know, and I think that's really what was the big demise of withdrawals happening in the beginning was Quickie Pay. Now, a lot of people are like, do you know anything? Here's what I will tell you. No one is being talked to at all right now. Dr. Zizi hasn't even talked to Cynthia in weeks. It's not because they're trying to run away, in my honest to God opinion. I believe their lawyers have probably told them, you need to zip it. Like, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, right? So you've all heard that before. And I believe personally that that's why we're not hearing or seeing anything right now. Website's still open. This was the first week that I didn't see any return at all. Yes, I know we were getting 60 cents, $6, $4, whatever. This was the first week we didn't see that. I don't know why we didn't see that. Maybe, well, I don't know. I don't want to make up movies. I don't want to make up some scenario. We don't know why. But I do believe personally that there's some kind of resolve coming. Who knows how long it's going to take, but I am 100% on your team when we all say, why can't you just come out and do a notification that says, our lawyers are working on things, we're still here, we are not running away, we're working out some solutions, we're trying to find our way through this storm. Why they don't send that? No idea. I really have no idea. You know, people say and text me, you are one of the high ups, you've got to know something, just tell me something. And I promise you, none of us are being told anything, right? I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that they're protecting themselves, protecting what they built worldwide, and hopefully they come up with a solution. And I sent a message to Cynthia, no response. I didn't expect to get a response. But my suggestion was, why don't you just pay everybody that never pulled any money out? You know, all the thousands and thousands of hours that I put in, that lots of people, I'll eat that, right? That's to me, the amount of value of the time I spent is more than the amount of money I made from them by far. But we all have 6-figure accounts locked up. So I just hope that, you know, we got good things on their side and things are going to come to fruition soon, hopefully. We have no indication. So that led us on a journey of diversification, because every single person that I talked to of higher ups were like, well, you need to diversify, Bob. You need to diversify. You need to get into this and get into that. All that did was confuse me for a while. I looked at about 20 different programs. I put my money in a couple of them. A couple of them went away, like immediately. Some of them still running, right? But not necessarily big affiliate programs or anything like that. Well, then comes CMB. Many of you here are whatever involved in CMB. And I got to tell you, the one thing that bothers me the most are people that are getting attacked by their people, right? Like people are really sending some nasty messages to people. I went back and watched several Zooms that we did launching and everything. Never once did we ever not say, do not put more money in here than you can afford to lose tomorrow. We said that every single time. We said, pull out your seed capital, get profitable, because we don't know what could happen tomorrow, let alone 3, 6, 9, 12 months from now. And a lot of people don't hear that, unfortunately. And I do have empathy. My heart does bleed for a lot of people, but I just want you to know, I have so many hours in, the last thing I want to do is see that go awry for anybody. I will say this. This guy, Jan Gregory, has kind of backpedaled a little bit recently. A lot of his text messages are 100% the opposite of what he told us on our 2.5 hours in. This text message says he's never met the owner. Really? You told us for 40 minutes how the guy was a great guy and he was in his early 60s and he had this software that he built 2 years ago, and you went into all this depth, and now you're saying you never met him? Okay. I never had any communication with him whatsoever except through my manager. Okay. Well, you can go back and look at least 5 Zooms that were recorded from back then that are on people's YouTubes that say otherwise. And I got to tell you, we do. Scott and I both look up and down under the covers, around the corner, like we really do. Now, maybe we should have said, well, we're not joining unless we meet the owner. Well, we already went through it with Cynthia. Cynthia wouldn't get on any Zooms with us, no matter what. I never even got a hello from Cynthia outside of 2 Zooms she was on. Not even an email recognition for hitting senior director. 72 million in volume in our team. Nothing. So I was already kind of like, okay, well, maybe, in this space, it's different than the product space. We're not going to meet the owner. We know enough about them. We know where their offices are. They got a relationship with Coinbase. I mean, come on. How do you get a contract with Coinbase to be the payment processor and be a scammer? Like, all of these things, their contract with Binance and with Coinbase, and the story and how he met them and how he saw all the trading and all the history of the bot trading. Any one of you, anyone, if you would have been on that Zoom, you would have been all in. This is it. Because the enticement factor was already there. And that's what we were trying to ignore, getting some details on the opportunity, because 1.2 a day that you can compound daily and withdraw every single day, who's not going to join that? However, I saw other platforms offer quite a bit more than that were here today, gone tomorrow. So we weren't just going to join our upline immediately. Hey, put us on the phone with the main guy. And Heather was on that call with us too, by the way, me, Heather, and Scott. And when we got off the call, we're like, well, what do you guys think? We're like, I think we would be crazy not to do it. And that's what took us on the journey for CMB. We didn't hastily make a move. I can assure you the leadership in this group is not all about money. We know that if you help people, money just flows. It's not just about getting people to join something to make money. That's not really what it's about. 99% of people in the world today could use extra money. That's why I do networking. I love it. I love the relationships, the people we meet. Terry, I would have never met you, bro. Feel like you're my long lost brother, right? I mean, it's like we've been knowing each other forever. This is why I do this. It's the people, it's the relationships, it's the fact that there is money to be made in businesses like this. I don't care if it's product-based, service-based, travel, I don't care what it is. You're going to find bad people in every space. You're going to find good people in every space. I can promise you I've never seen anything create the profits or the gains like the crypto space. It's just a whole different model. Now, because there's 1 or 2 bad companies, maybe I should say 1 or 2% of bad companies, because there's a lot more than 1 or 2, that's for sure. But 1 or 2, maybe 5% of the whole industry is bad, and the rest of them are doing good and trying to make it right for people. Remember, back in the day when crypto first started, there were a million of these companies that came out that were 100% Ponzi schemes. I mean, that filtered out after 3 or 4 years, and then people tried to get it right and tried to figure it out. I think a lot of mismanagement has happened in the space, business-wise. It's different. It's a different space. But I can tell you right now, I'm 100%. I feel completely grateful and blessed that I was introduced to this space. Changed my life. Changed my concepts. I learned so much. I've learned so much about crypto. Crypto ain't going away. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this in the news, but Uber is going to be accepting Bitcoin. What does that tell you? Uber is going to be accepting Bitcoin. It's pretty incredible. It ain't going away. And I suggest highly that you just continue to learn more and more and more about it. Dig into it. I don't know how many of you even know this question, but in the chat, I have the chat open. I'd love to know this answer. Don't put the answer, okay? Just put if you know, yes, or why. If you don't know, and no. All you guys are in the crypto space. Do you know who is supposedly the first person, the man that created Bitcoin? Do you know his name? Just put a yes or a no. I want to see how many no's there are. Come on, play along. Yes, yes, yes. No. Martel, no. Sandy, no. Martrell, no. And believe me, it's not a quiz or anything. You can know, that's fine. A lot of you guys do know. Only a couple of you don't. And many of you are not going to participate, and that's okay. All right. Satoshi Nakamoto. Why do you think we call it a Satoshi? That's why. So what I would suggest for those of you that said no, what's up, Colin? The question was just who invented Bitcoin? Which, by the way, it's a mystery. Like they think it might even be 3 or 4 guys or 5 guys, and they just labeled it as it's a mysterious person that no one's ever met. You know, one time I was in this space trying to sell Bitcoin over the counter. Craziest industry ever. You think there's scammers in our space? Oh my God, that was a nightmare. But I literally talked to a guy one time that told me he had lunch with Satoshi Nakamoto. I'm like, dude, you're freaking crazy. He's like, oh, he gave me his card. I'm like, dude. Anyways, my point in bringing that up is that these are things you should learn about. Like, go get Crypto for Dummies, or go watch some of there's a really cool series on Netflix, that talks about, the 2 brothers that started, I can't even remember the names of, you guys probably know this more than me, some of you, but how it all started and how they opened up shop right next to, the Bell floor on Wall Street. And the Winkle brothers, I think is what their name is. And the whole thing, it's like, it's very, very, very fascinating, right? On how this all came about, how it gained steam, and how we got to where we are today. And it ain't going away. You're on the front end of something very special that's going to impact the entire world in a greater way than you can even imagine. So I think that being involved in this space has taught me a tremendous amount, more than I would ever learn at $100,000 education at a university, right? In doing this business, you really learn people and learn how to relate with people and how to communicate with people, etc. That's just the networking space in general. But crypto, it's just got me continuously to be curious. Where's it going to go next? What's next? And I enjoy it way more than I enjoyed learning about the ingredients of a shake that'll help my legs grow back, right? I mean, right from the Amazon forest, they had to hike 3.5 hours up 30 mountains to get these very luscious, very exotic berries that we put in the shake that make you do this. I mean, whatever. Some of those stories might be true, whatever, but it wasn't fun to me. When I was in the product space, the fun was the community. I mean, I recognize that. But regardless of the community at this stage, like, I'm having a lot of fun being a part of the crypto space and educating newbies on how they can participate, not just in a platform, but just like, you better get involved right now. I mean, down the road, you guys, it might cost money to open an exchange. It might, it might be really difficult though. Who knows what's going to happen? Now is the time to be educating yourself on the crypto space and getting involved, because again, it is not going away. It's only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay. The Truth About Crypto, great book, Rick and Natasha said. Rick Edelman, The Truth About Crypto. Great. I'm going to go get it. Never heard of that one. I do a lot of YouTube and stuff, watching YouTube and documentary series and stuff, but cool. 99bitcoins.com. I love it. You guys are putting some great stuff in here. You guys should key into this stuff that people are putting in here. Crypto Casey on YouTube. Great. I mean, this is all good. This is important stuff, man, because if you're going to play in this space, you need to know what you're really, truly involved in. Okay. I'm not sure why you can't see that. Oh, everybody should be able to see this chat. Terry, shake your head yes, because I see you. Can you see the chat? No, you guys can't see the chat. Can you skip? You're an admin. I can't ask you. Jenny, can you see the chat? Oh, you guys can't. Wait.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's on.
It must be turned off.
It's on host and co-host.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Probably so. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, you guys are all putting some really good stuff in here. Truth About Crypto. That's a book. Crypto Casey on YouTube. 99bitcoins.com. Okay. So the point is, I remember when I first started talking to Scott, I thought this dude was Satoshi Nakamoto. He knew so much. I just knew so little. I didn't know anything. And Scott will tell you today, he's learning every single day about the game. Now, when I first got introduced to this space of put your money in and they'll grow it for you, I'm like, wait a second, am I in a dream right now? Like, you tell me, because I played around in Copy Pro Traders and IML and a couple other ones where I tried to learn about it, lost a bunch of money trying to trade on my own, learning the tactics through IML and all that stuff. Okay. But when they said, no, this isn't a API, this isn't, you're going to get signals, like you allocate funds and they're going to trade for you. I'm like, what? Where do I send my money? Like that literally was the first thing I said. I wasn't thinking, holy cow, these could be scams, or oh my God, this could be this and this could be that. I was just thinking, I can't even believe this exists. I mean, I've seen the buy tokens and buy into some token that's probably never going to go anywhere. I've seen all that, but I wasn't really educated enough on crypto to buy into that stuff. Right? Some of you that were just dangerous enough knew just enough about crypto 10 years ago where you could buy into this coin that was going to be worth $10 million a coin, and you could get in right now when there's 25 zeros in front of the one, and people put millions of dollars in that stuff, and the companies wrapped up and ran away. So I do understand there's been a lot of scams, and so people are very skeptical. That wasn't me. I'm like, man, do I put in, I didn't even barely have any money either. I'm like, do I not pay a mortgage payment? Do I not pay this? Do I not pay that? So I joined this space with 99 bucks. I started to learn. I got some crypto unlocked that I couldn't figure out how to get out of my Exodus wallet because I didn't even know about ERC, TRC. I didn't know I needed Ethereum and all that stuff. I didn't know any of it. So I finally get this coin unlocked. I got 500 bucks in that account. I start growing that account. I'm like, holy cow, this is crazy. I got to share it with some people. Scott and I were like, well, maybe we will get back into networking because we weren't going to do it. We told 6 people and all 6 people were like, where do I send the money? It wasn't even like a debate. There was no objections. There was no nothing. I'm like, well, this is going to be the easiest thing we ever did. We weren't teaching put in enough you can afford to lose. We didn't know any of that. About 3 months in, I'm starting to hear some really good language. Starting to hear, look, this is risky. Anything could happen. Don't put more than you can afford to lose. Pull out your profits. And I'm like, Scott, we need to be teaching that philosophy every single time we do a Zoom. And it only took us about 3 months to jump on that bandwagon. And the craziest thing, it was my first run. And everyone was making loads of money. Everyone. right? And a lot of people took our advice. We're pulling money out like crazy. I never forget one of my closest friends over in North Carolina. He's like, I'll start with 2,500. 3 weeks later, he put 45,000. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable with this. I'm like, oh my God, I hope this thing is going to last. The guy pulled out over 120,000, has an account over 120,000. Like insane stuff. What was happening? We're like, this is in his third year. They got this thing maxed out. We found the mother lode. And then, of course, things went sideways. Then we joined CMB. We did not hastily join that. We took a lot of time and effort to discern about that. We talked to a bunch of the leaders. Now, I do got to say, there was a couple leaders that didn't join us in that. I thought were crazy at the time. You know, now I can understand why they were hesitant. They've been in the space a lot longer than me or whatever, but you got to understand, things are going to happen. You have to make decisions. You have to be responsible for your own decisions. It's not the person that sponsored you's fault if something happens. It's not the person above them's fault or the person above them. It's not anyone's fault unless somebody totally coerced you and said there's zero risk and you're going to make all this money and there's no chance of losing it at all, ever. Now, if somebody told you that, yeah, that person you could be angry with. But there's about a 99.9% chance that that did not happen from someone in the Golden team. And it is unfortunate, and we're trying to move forward. So as we move forward and we found a platform, the idea is to keep the philosophies, keep the rules as the rules are, get your seed back, 50-50 rule or whatever. But our goal is to help people recoup their money. Whatever they lost, our goal is to help you recoup it. We're not running and jumping into 20 different things and, oh, you got to be diverse. I'm starting to kind of recognize some of these players out here do that just to get everybody to put a bunch of money in a bunch of things, and they're making all the money in a bunch of things. That's not our MO, man. And it took me, I put money in 3 or 4 platforms kicking and screaming. I'm glad I did in a couple of them. They're still performing pretty well. But I like to build culture, community, relationships, and momentum. Momentum is how people get caught up in it and start making checks you never even believed you could ever make, because you are in the front end of the catch wave of that momentum. And I just find it almost impossible to do by going, put money here, put money here, put money here, put money here, put money here. Especially in a crypto thing, people send me some, Bob, 12% a day. I recently got one, 12% a day. I'm like, I'll tell you what, you do that one first. Let me know how it goes. Those things to me are like red flags. Like, how can somebody jump in at 12% a day when people were telling them 3% a week is impossible? I've learned there's a lot of money in this space for sure. And 12% a day is definitely possible. But for an opportunity and have a big downline and do all that, it just seems a little fishy to me. Not saying it is. I'm saying discern. And our goal right now is not to jump all over. Our goal is not to just forget and move on. Our goal is not just move on and, oh, well. People have texted me, I don't like your attitude of, oh, well. It ain't oh, well. I got multiple 6 figures hanging out there. You don't think I don't want that money? I have plans for that money. Completely debt-free, everything. Everybody off my back, everything. Thank God I paid all my personal debts and got almost every bit of my debt paid off. But dude, there's a lot of good that we can do with that money. It's not, oh, well. It's not, well, we're just going to move on and see who else we can get money out of. And for those that are sending messages like that, that's why they got banned from our Facebook group. They don't understand our community. They don't understand what we're really about. They don't understand the reason we move forward or try to find something else. It truly is to help people recoup and stay on the pathward of financial freedom. And if you want to go play around in the product space, by all means, go do it. If you're passionate about it and love it. See, I've gotten and become passionate about crypto. And I'm not going to stop doing it. It's fun. I like it. I'm just going to do it with a little more discernment, a little more caution. What we have our hands on right now, some of you are in Vortic United with us, some of you aren't. This isn't presentation to pitch you on it, whatever. But I feel really, really, really good about it. That's what my gut tells me. And many of you that are coming to Vegas next weekend, you're going to feel the same way I feel. You see an owner, you can touch him, you can pat him on the stomach like I did a couple of times. He's real, he's down to earth, he's doing what he says he's doing. He showed me everything. I took a trip 16 hours in the air, man, to go make sure before we all said, okay, this is where we can build the community again. And that doesn't negate, I was telling somebody on a Zoom today. In fact, I surprised them and I put Jensen on the call with him. And I'm like, hey man, you're asking me all these questions. Hold on, let me let my friend in the waiting room in the Zoom. Like, I didn't tell him. Jensen was waiting in the waiting room, comes in. It was pretty cool, it was fun. And they asked him some questions and he was just as candor as he always is. He answered all their questions. He got off and I said, listen, anybody else got any more concerns? Oh no, we're ready to go. Send us a link, we're in. I said, listen, please hear me carefully. Now that you feel that confident and comfortable, it doesn't negate the rules. It doesn't take away the rules. If you think you're going to put 25 grand in, you better know that you can lose the 25 grand tomorrow. At least play that way. Let's get your seed out. Let's get you making money. Let's 50-50 you, grow the account. Let's play the game the right way. And you can't lose if you do that. Right? A lot of people they could still put 150 grand right now in, putting 1,500 bucks. Guess what? Great. Play around with it. See how it works. That's what's going on. But I guess the moral of the whole story on the front end of this call, way too long, 30 minutes, is the space is risky. It's fun. It's intriguing. Crypto's not going away. Please, if anyone's attacking you, let us know. If you're an attacker and you happen to be on the Zoom, please stop attacking your upline or your downline. Like, it's not their fault. When you got involved in this space, you didn't get involved with Charles Schwab. You didn't get involved with Merrill Lynch. You got involved with a deregulated cryptocurrency space that is going to be nearly impossible to recoup any money if we lose it. You know that going in. Doesn't negate how fun it is, though. It's a lot of fun. And some of you, I'm preaching to the choir, you're having a blast like me. You love it. You love this space. You got enticed to come in just because a way to make money and you knew nothing about crypto. You don't want to know anything about crypto. Well, you trusted your friend, you didn't listen or you didn't hear some of the things that they were saying to you, and that is a bummer. And my heart bleeds for all of those that are hurting right now because they put too much in there that they shouldn't have. I know this, I can speak for Scott on this as well. We work tirelessly around the clock to specifically help as many people that want to recoup and move forward and profit as possible. Literally, I know Scott likes to go to bed a little earlier than me, but he's texted me at 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, what in the world? What are you still doing awake? Oh, well, I just got off the Zoom. Hit 2:30, Scott? Welcome to my cruise.
It's no different than when you text me at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing awake?
I know you're probably just getting up, so I can text you. So I think it's going to be a late nighter tonight, too, because I'm redoing the 6-minute video. I got the script all done. But anyways, we certainly appreciate what everyone has done and everybody's, excitement level and everybody sticking it out and understanding and going through it. And we really do have to have empathy for those that are not this involved, that just put money in thinking they, this was going to be golden and they didn't hear it. Like, we got to help them. Like this week, I think, 3 or 4 of us in one specific group helped a bunch of people get their accounts started with a couple $100, just so they could see it work and kind of start trying to move forward. And some of you leaders, you got big groups and you got people that are hurting and they want to start again and they just don't have any extra money. I encourage you, get them started with a $50 or $100 account. It'll come back to you. That's what our community is about. The last thing I want to bring up, this is totally in mastermind. What's the word? Situation placement. Like, it's not moving forward at this moment. We're talking about it. And we're talking about putting together the Golden Team Cares, be kind of like a foundation where people can donate to it. And those monies will be able to help people that lost money. There's a lot of people making money. There's a lot of people that have really thumbs up. So that's a great idea. I've never heard any teams do that, but this is what our community is about. It doesn't matter if you donate $10 to it, you donate $20 to it. Then Skip brought up a good idea. He's like, you should talk to Jensen. Maybe he'll let us have a spot that we don't build a team under. We don't recruit anybody under it, but we can all donate to this position because with inside of Vortic, you can transfer accounts. So we could build an account and try to grow an account to 100 grand that's spitting off $24,000 a month. That could really help a lot of people, right? And we got 1,000 people already in the group. So imagine if 1,000 people, even if they donated $100 a week until it got to 100 grand, that's $24,000 a month. We could help people recoup their money pretty quickly with that. Not to mention the account is just continuing to grow, right? And I think that will go a long way. That will help a lot of people. I have a local guy lost 45,000. He's never plugged into one Zoom. Somebody introduced him to him, thought it was great, and just put his money. Got some of his family members. I feel really bad. Another guy put $100,000. I sat and had lunch with him. I said, I'm not letting you put 100 grand in, man, until you know exactly what I'm about to tell you. And he stopped me. He said, I go to the casino 4 days a week. I understand risk. I know I could lose the money tomorrow. I'm okay with it. I said, will you do me a favor? Will you pull out your profits just for the first 90 days? You'll have 100 grand in 90 days, and then you can compound and do whatever you want. I think that's a good plan. I will do that. Well, guess what? He never pulled out a penny. He decided not to. So all 100 grand gone, right? So, and I know these stories are all over the team, right? 5,000, 10,000, 3,000, 7,000, 70,000, right? I'm not talking about really Novatech. I'm talking about CMB that we were able to be involved with for 67 days or some stupid thing. Unbelievable. And I still kind of hoping maybe there's a hope and a prayer. I don't know, but I'm not going to bank on it. But anyway, the Golden Team Cares, we are in the mastermind about that, how to set that up. We're going to talk to Jensen about that this weekend. We might even see if Jensen will match some of the stuff that we do as a team to help some of the people suffering and help people recoup. So I think that'll be fantastic. Anyway, I've talked way long enough. Scott, you got anything you want to add now that I'm out of breath? And then we can open it up for some comments and questions or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to beat that horse. You've covered everything as far as that goes with Novatech and CMB. We're all on the same page as far as that goes. We're all looking for things. I think that Golden Team Cares is a great opportunity to help some folks move forward. Like you, we've had multiple people in a few teams that I've been working with that have been helping people get started with $50, $100, $250 just to get a Vortic account opened up so they can watch it work, see it work, and hopefully start recouping some of their resources, which is great. I mean, I love the way that some of this team is coming together and reaching out and reaching up and reaching down and helping along those lines. I think we truly have a community that is unique in this space, which is why we have, as a group, as a family, been successful over the last 18 months. And there's no reason in my mind's eye that we cannot continue that moving forward long term. But it takes faith, as like anything else, and it takes people just to take that next step, knowing that you went through the process over in Istanbul, and then now Jensen's coming to Vegas. For those of us going to Vegas, there's probably 60 or 70 people now from our team that are in our family that are going to show up in Vegas to meet Jensen. So I just think that's a great thing. I think it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be, it's going to be refreshing to be able to see, shake hands with, pat on the stomach like you did, like you said, and be able to meet Jensen and feel his heart and see how humble he is, and just understand that we have what we have been looking for, we have now found. And the opportunity here truly, I believe, is second to none. And I understand with the negativity that's gone on in the past and whatnot, it is what it is. But at some point in time, we have to look at the future, not the past, and make a decision that we're moving forward and not going to continue to look backwards. And that's just my focus and goal for everybody, whatever that is and how it works. The best possible way is how it is. And I'm happy to help anybody along this path that I can help in a real way. So, I appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Those I've talked to in the last couple of weeks, I know I still have some phone calls I need to return. Believe me when I tell you, I've been slammed nonstop. Like taking time out to be on Zoom is like taking time out to be away from other phone calls and things that we're doing. So, I will promise I'll get back to those that are still waiting on me. And if not, just poke me back, because listen, we're all humans, and sometimes I'll read a message and I'll forget, and I appreciate a poke back just in case. That way, it's an unread message again, and I can focus on what I need to focus on for the day. So I'm excited. I can't wait to be in Vegas this weekend. Looking forward to seeing everybody in person. Some of you I'm going to meet for the very first time, and that's exciting. But more importantly, being able to break bread with Jensen and be part of that, it's going to be special. So with that, we'll turn it back. We'll do some questions, Bob.
Awesome, man. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, Friday night we're going to do a team hangout. Saturday night, same thing, but we're going to have a meet and greet. Jensen's going to come privately to our Airbnb and hang out with the whole Golden team for 3 hours. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Skip, go ahead, man. You start us out. Anybody else? You can raise your hand. You got something you want to add?
Yeah, sure. One of the things that, obviously this is a great thing to do for a team meeting on a Monday. Air out some things, make sure people understand everything and see what's going on. And, we are appreciative of you, Bob, to talk about that kind of stuff. The one thing we had I think we started thinking about this Vortec United Cares thing was actually the day I did one of the support meetings. I was thinking about things and stuff like that. And I was, guys, if you really think about this, there's over 1,000 people in the Golden team in CMB, and now, and more in CMB, and then now here in Vortec. And, if we have that transfer button in our back office, can you imagine if we had be able to move over $5, $10 or something to a certain account, how many people we could help out very quickly, very fast, and and reach back down, and because nobody cares about what they want to know what you can do for them. That's what they want to do. And if we have this thing in place, that shows that we care about our people, about our Golden team. And can you imagine if we even if we donated once a week, $5, $10, or whatever you think you can do. What things that we can do. I know Jensen is actually thinking of, as in I'm going to say it all wrong, philanthropy. Is that right?
You got it. You said it right.
And can you imagine when, the Golden team comes to him and say, hey, we like your idea. We want to help as well. Can you imagine the relief off of his back? He's going like, you know what? I really found a great team that sees my vision, and, we're able to, work together, and I'm sure he'll work with us too. I mean, why wouldn't you? When you both are when both parties are on the same page, I mean, it'd be amazing. So, it's not much out of our pockets to do $5 or $10. we know where it's going, and it's not like, unfortunately I'll say it, but a lot of these other donation spots, they probably only get 30% out of it, and everybody at the top makes the biggest money there is. All these top executives in the nonprofit organization things. So, I've heard some crazy numbers, like from, Red Cross to, all these different things. It's crazy. I'm like, I get phone calls for, the police fund and stuff like that. And it's like, these guys are getting most of the money, not the police or whatever thing you're trying to donate to, so, but guys, we're here to stay. The Golden Team is here. And the question is, how do we roll with things and how do we do things? You got to have it in your heart that you want to be here. I mean, if I know I get a few people calling me and, kind of beating me up a little bit, but hey, I only know what I know, and I only know what's coming out, and we only know what we can find out as well. But, stay positive. That's the way it is. If you stay positive, everything's going to stay positive. You look at it in a great light. So anyway, I'm going to send it back to you, Bob. Thanks very much. But, just think about it, guys, what we could do with a couple of bucks every week. Shows us we care.
That's it, man. It's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll keep you guys posted on that. I think it is a great idea. We're going to definitely move forward in some capacity. Miss Moore, very good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Well, hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I just have I just want to talk about what happened this week. We really had an issue. And I had gotten with support regarding the issue, and they did what they could. But it wasn't quite enough. So I contacted our upline, which was Scott. And I showed him the pictures from support. And he said, I'm going to get with it. I'm going to get on it. And I'm going to tell you, he did. And he got with Jensen even. And they corrected it. That is what we have here. We have a support team. We have leaders at the top that will help us get issues resolved. And for anyone that is on the fence with Bordick, you need to reconsider, because first it's making a decision, but then after the decision, it's the help and the support of the decision when things happen to go wrong. So I just want to say, I appreciate the leadership that we have, and we're just really, our team that has been through a lot, our team's been through a lot, millions and millions of dollars lost in the crypto space. But right now, most of my team, the leaders, are on this call, and they have joined Vortic. So I appreciate them. And I appreciate all that you and Scott do for the team. So thank you so much.
Hey, are we going to see you and any of your team in Vegas?
I'm not sure about our team. We've been discussing it, but I have plans next week that we have been working on for months. So I will not be able to attend, because I can't get out of this prior engagement. It's something very important. So next time.
You'll be in spirit with us.
I sure will.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate all you're doing.
You're welcome.
Judy with her many mansions. You're up.
Hey, family. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Thank you. I want to make a comment, but first I want to ask a question, because when you were talking, I was like, I thought for some reason I thought tonight was a training, but it's more like a board meeting, like a Golden Team meeting. Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of. Yep. Sometimes
That's
we'll do
why.
a training, but right now so many people have been so like why aren't you saying anything about this? And why aren't you saying anything about that?
Gotcha. Because I
So,
was like, wait a minute. But, you know, it does make sense. And you felt it was appropriate. And so it was appropriate. So that was good. So before I make my comment, one more question. So because of all of the travel and stuff that, you know, you guys are doing this week, what is it like for the opportunity calls? Is it going to still be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9?
yeah, this week, yeah. Friday won't
Okay.
be because we'll be in
But
Vegas.
it will be, okay, so we can have people that that they can come tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, right?
You got it.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. All right, so lastly, what I want to say is I'm sorry I won't be in Vegas. The reason I'm not going to be in Vegas is because I had planned a trip for a whole year to be in Houston this weekend, a big, powerful conference. And not only is a big, powerful conference that I'm attending, they got a whole bunch, like maybe a couple thousand real estate people there. So I'm
But
going.
you're great.
I'm going network. I'll be there in spirit, but I'm
Awesome.
giving myself a contest. Also want to say that I reached my 30-day mark about 2 days ago. It seems like I've been in forever, but I was actually 30 days old. And in just 30 days, it took less time than that to realize that I was at the right place, at the right time, for the right reason, with the right group of people. Vortic is outstanding. And the way the Golden Team presents it is outstanding as well. So I remember I kept asking you guys about like business cards and stuff. That's why, because I was going out of town. And I appreciate you saying, no, don't use anything, you know, with the Vortic name on it. You could do that on one-on-one. So I did design some business cards, and it's going to say, you know, want to make more month than money? Ask me how. And then it goes on and it says, yeah, start making passive money now. And it's got my name, my number, financial strategist. Simple. You know, want to have more month than money? Ask me how. I mean, who doesn't want to have more, you know, more, no, I'm sorry. Want to have more money than month, because for so many people, it's the opposite. You know, they have got more month than money, you know, but now they're saying, would you like to have more money than month? Like, do you want to make sure at the end of the month, you still got money? So would you like to have more money? You know, ask me how. So I'm really excited about going and sharing about an opportunity that I believe in. I just want to thank you guys, you know, for being here. Business partner Tommy from another organization, he's jumped in, you know, to Vortic with both feet, and we're just excited for the opportunity. My reason for being here is to recoup what I lost with the other organization, but also to help other people who are disillusioned. See, I lost money, but I'm not disillusioned, because I know all about the many mansions. You know, in my father's house, there's many mansions. And so I'm not the type of person to just stay stuck and be stuck in the what happened, what's going to happen next. I have more empathy than your average Joe can, you know, muster. But just because I have empathy, just because I understand where people are, doesn't mean and just because some people choose to stand still doesn't mean that I'm going to stand still. I give myself permission to move forward, and to be that light, to prove that there is a brighter way, to prove that there's more than one way to skin the cat, you know, proverbially. So I'm just grateful to be here, and thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Judy. We're glad to have you. You were a Golden Team virgin when you first came on board with us. We're super happy to have you in the family,
Yes.
girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. John Fitzgerald, you're next.
Hi, hey, look, it's a real quick question. I'm real sorry. I got in late, and sorry, did CMB and Novatech, do they rug pull, or are they still a thing, or is that up in the air?
You can still open your website for Novatech, so they have not rug pulled, and they're working through their solutions. CMB, we still don't really know, but Jan put out some craziness this week. So that's not looking too good right now, but we don't know for sure. But there'll be a recording of this, John. Somebody can send it to you for sure.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome, bro. Rick and Natasha. You getting excited?
Yeah, super excited for this weekend. I'm so excited to see you guys. He's here too. We're super excited. I just wanted to add a little bit to both Judy and Gwen, just resonating on, you know, just the Vortic love. I mean, it's really going well. And yes, what Gwen was saying about customer support, I've had to get on a couple of times, and I'm like now at the point, there's a lovely guy out there named Mehmet. And he's like, he'll get on and he'll be like, hey, Natasha, how's it going today? And I'll be like, did you see Bob last weekend? And he's like, yep. And, you know, whether he's coming to Vegas or not, and he's like, I can't, someone's got to hold fort down, but just wonderful and always so helpful right there. Haven't had any issues at all. And I just really do. I love everything you guys said tonight, because it's totally, we're all feeling that heart-wrenching stuff and a lot of hopefulness and a lot of positivity, but you know, it's about finding a place to continue to make something while these things either fix themselves or if they don't. And Vortic just feels really good, and we're just super grateful and super prayerful. So I'm excited about Vegas. We both are. We're really excited about this weekend and can't wait to see you all. That's it.
Can't wait to hang out. I see Bethany on here. Can't
I
wait
know.
to see you
Bethany's
too, girl.
coming. Yep.
Can't wait to see you. We're gonna have fun.
You got it. There's a few of us.
The fun girl. She's the fun girl.
She is.
Awesome. All right, Yvonne, you're next. Yvonne, going once. I'm so glad you raised your hand. You got to unmute. You might be talking away. Tap your screen. Come on, we got to be able to hear you. You know where the mic mute is. Oh, man.
Maybe she stepped away from the computer for a minute.
She might have for a minute. Anybody else got any last minute questions, concerns, comments? Nothing? All right, there we go. Karen, go ahead.
Hey, hi.
Hey.
I really enjoyed listening to all of this evening. It was really great. And so, Scott, this is directed for you because you don't have enough to do. So I'm just joking. So I love the power of three, but I don't know what it is. You trained on that before. I'm not able to get on every Monday night call, so I'm really excited that I was on this one. But if we could get that written down, that would be really awesome. That's just what I was asking for, because when we were talking about it about a week ago, I was so excited because it's very usable. So I'm just asking for that. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, I can definitely get that together. I know we talked about it on the help session that day, but I will get that in writing and we'll make it look all pretty.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys are great. I'm so excited. I'm sorry I won't be able to be there, but when I keep rolling along in this thing, you guys cannot get rid of me. I promise. You'll see me at all the events when I can go.
Great.
You're part of the fam now.
I am. I really feel that way. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. You're welcome. Hey, so guys, that makes me remember, if you are coming to Vegas, you need to go to that registration link and make sure you're registered for the event. Make sure, because there is a 2.5 hour actual event that's happening. So I see Jenny and Bruce on here, so I know you guys got a ton of people coming. So make sure everybody's registered. Make sure. Okay. Terry, go ahead, buddy. Oh, you got to let him unmute, I guess. Go ahead.
Let me talk.
So
guys, that was really good tonight. I needed to hear that just to, you know, it was hard for me to start sharing this another program for a minute. And I think a lot of people might have felt that way. So, but you know, if you're a batter, you're up to the plate, you go 0 for 20, you don't stop. So, you know, you take a couple more swings and it all works out for you. So that's my background and I'm sticking to it. So
right on.
Just thank you guys for being there and showing a little love tonight. And I think that's a great thing for this fund. Well, we need to do for people. I can't be there Saturday. You know, I would be. I have a little minor surgery Thursday. So be laid up for a couple days, but we're all
You'll be
rocking
in
and
our
rolling here.
thoughts, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Just a little gallbladder issue. No big deal.
You know, I had that issue myself. I
Yeah.
had my gallbladder up. So, look, man, I do got to say and apologize. It's good to get yourself in a positive mind frame right now, Terry, because football season is coming and you live in Atlanta. So, you might be living depressed for another 7 or 8 months. So we need
Man, I've been
Let's
depressed
go
for-
Eagles.
I've been depressed for 50 years with the Falcons, so there's nothing new there. So, yeah,
It's
but
like when I
we,
still lived in Detroit.
but we got the Bulldogs here, so you know we're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all I'm going to say about that is go Buckeyes.
You had your chance.
Yeah, I know.
Fun.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Terry. Appreciate
All
it.
right, hey Bob, I'm going to ask Yvonne to unmute because she's back on.
Okay, cool. I didn't see her raise her hand, but go ahead, Yvonne.
Yvonne,
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are.
Okay,
There
you have
are.
personally something against me.
I almost divorced you.
Yes, it kept saying the host is not allowing you to unmute. But I keep begging Bob to remember the promotion of going to Ukraine in September. I just
Ukraine, we're not going to
qualified.
Ukraine.
Istanbul.
Oh, to Istanbul, sorry, not Ukraine, sorry. I had a Bailey's or two. So I just got qualified for accommodation. And I'm
So
so
you're
happy,
coming.
I'm so proud. And I'm saying to you, my comrades, my teammates, if you look in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks we have to become qualified, you are going to be in a realm where you are promoted to operator. And as you wait for the time to come up, you will earn enough in your next qualification as manager, 4,000 bonus, and you can pay your own airfare. And that's a double incentive. You may not qualify for the free ticket, but you will earn to rank up and be able to use your 4,000 bonus to pay your airfare to go to Ukraine to meet that awesome man, Jensen,
Istanbul,
who is going to really accelerate us into prosperity. So let's try and qualify for that first step of the promotion that is going on now. Let's look into it. Bob, keep talking about it on every call, please. And you're going to have a big golden team there in not Ukraine, in Istanbul in September. I'm looking forward to be there. I know someone who is already on the go and who is going to be there too. So I need several people that I know to be in that boat, in the success boat. Okay? And happy to be here.
Thank you, Yvonne. I love you. Hey, Scott, were you going to say something when she was saying her?
Oh yeah, I keep saying Istanbul because she keeps saying Ukraine, and I'm like Istanbul.
Nobody would be going.
What Yvonne brought up was a great point. You go operator, you get that $4,000 bonus. You and I already looked up. It's about $1,200 for a flight, round trip ticket. You know, you still got $2,800 left to have some fun in Istanbul. There's no reason to not be there. Get your hotel room locked down. Get that contest done. Let's get your airfare with your bonus for hitting operator. And let's all get together in Istanbul as well and have a whole lot of fun.
That's awesome. And you know, if you hit that challenge, you're going to hit that and have the bonus.
That's right. That's right.
Like she said, that's pretty amazing. And guys, the bonuses here aren't spread out. You don't have to maintain it for 2 months or 3 months or any of that stuff. The second you hit a bonus, you get paid that money. So that's pretty good. It's awesome. Great point. And yes, Yvonne, I do not want to get reprimanded again. I will mention it on every single call. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right. So I guess that pretty much wraps us up. Let's see, credit with those of us who have spirit, the ERC20. Oh, okay, let me mention that for those of you. So there was some kind of bug in the ERC20 withdrawal today. There wasn't a whole lot of people that withdrew ERC20 USDT. I was one of those. He told me to switch it to TRC20. I know that he's going to be, might even be perfect timing for me to message him right now to find out, is he going to push through the ERCs? He said they got the bug fixed. I'm assuming he's going to push those through tomorrow, but just keep an eye on the Facebook group and I'll let you know if you need to change that to TRC. And in fact, Scott laughed at me today. He said, I told you to turn it to TRC 2 weeks ago. So, withdraw USDT, TRC20. That would probably be the smartest thing to do. Go change that wallet, but he's working on it. I think he said the bug was fixed, but a lot of people's today was withdrawal day, and it was unfortunate because a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't get my withdrawal. And of course, confidence is coming back, and then they don't get the withdrawal, and that's why. Everyone else did. Anyone that had USDT TRC20 got them. So anybody that had Ethereum got them. So he just had a bug on the ERC20, and it is, as far as I know, fixed. So yes, if I were you, Bill and Kalina, I would just go ahead and switch that over to TRC, and you should be good. And I'll find out if he's pushing those through tomorrow or what the case is. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Colin. It's not a negative thing. It just happens, and he'll get it tomorrow, hopefully. So, all right. I guess there's nothing else I'm missing in the Zoom. So, for those of you that want to be on the presentation, our presentations are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights at goldenteam.live. Thank everybody for all your understanding. Thanks for being here, a part of the team. We will keep you posted on the progress of Golden Team Cares and try to help people get whole and help people move forward. So God bless you guys.